I'm here with Julie, who is one of our senior migration agents and our resident partner visa expert. Today we're going to be talking about the 4 pillars of a relationship, which is a bit of a buzzword, but it's actually in reference to the legal framework that applies to all partner visa applications. This is an important consideration for your partner visa because there's a detailed list of requirements that must be considered but might not apply to your relationship, and therefore the types of documentation and evidence you can provide. Julie, can you tell me more about what the 4 pillars actually are, what the criteria is, and can you give me an example of the types of documents you might provide for each?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Lucy. So yeah, the 4 pillars are, to start off with, the financial aspect of your relationship. Examples of that could be things like having a joint bank account, if you don't have a joint bank account, transferring funds to each other to pay for joint expenses, and evidence of that. In terms of the other 3, we have the social aspects of the relationship, so that could be things like support witness statements, photos of you attending events together, joint invitations to events, going to the gym together, lots of different examples. Then we have the shared household aspect, so that could be evidence that you share a home together. Not everybody has a lease agreement or a joint tenancy agreement, but there are things that you can show, like mail to the same address, responsibilities for a pet or a child. They're just a couple of examples. In terms of the 4th pillar, we have commitment. Commitment can be things like long-term planning for your future together. They could be wedding planning, they could be family planning, estate planning, wills and that sort of thing. Yeah.
As I like to say, no 2 relationships are the same and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. This is where we enter the complicated territory of what is going to be the best type of evidence for your circumstances. Julie, you are advising couples on this every day. What advice would you give to a couple who tell you they don't know how to provide evidence of their living arrangements? For example, if they are in a camper van.
Yeah, great example. So my advice in that situation would be just not to stress too much about fitting into a certain box. Evidence that could prove that you still share a household but you're on the road, for example, in a camper van or a caravan, would be things like evidence of purchasing the van together, transferring funds for the big purchase, registration. They could be upgrades to the van, they could be
petrol bills,
exactly. They could be camping trips that you've booked together, at national parks. There's a wide range of evidence you could use.
Great. Thanks, Julie. This is a great example of how one particular document or piece of evidence can't be relied on to show all of the criteria have been met. Marriage and relationship certificates are another good example. Can you tell us a bit more about the evidence threshold that couples are looking at when it comes to their partner visa application?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Lucy. So in terms of the commitment aspect of the relationship, something like a marriage certificate and relationship certificate can help demonstrate that. But it does not mean that you automatically meet the criteria for a married relationship or de facto relationship. So we do need to remember that it is a holistic approach. It's not a one-ticket item that's going to get you over the line. There's going to be a combination of evidence and documents over those 4 pillars that we touched on.
Absolutely. So not a box-ticking exercise.
No.
If you're looking for more on this, you can check out our full blog post or book a visa planning session with me. I look forward to speaking with you soon.